Hey guys, welcome to the Spiritual Corner. My name is Prism, P-Chan, or PC, whatever you want to call me. Today I'll be opening up with a song instead of a melody. My light is my light, no one can take it. I built myself up, so no one can break this. Come here, see me, you'll be slowing down your own road. Go heal something. You wasted this life. Don't worry about others, worry about yourself. If you're looking for attention, find it somewhere else. There's something missing. Find yourself instead of following me. You might discover you are everything to you. What is this you're finding that shakes you up? Your soul, it might just be something you don't know. It might just be something you need to grow, but you can find it in someone if you're not focused on your own. Alright, pretty sure the fairies are in here. They love anything music related. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull some message cards. I'll pull this one out. Smile. Ogre and Divine Feminine. So right here I'm getting almost channeling what the song I sung. Smiling. This could be smiling through the pain, smiling regardless of what people say, just smiling. Smiling in itself makes you raise your vibration just from doing it. Sometimes if I'm upset or sad, I'll just smile. Like even right now, that just rose my vibration a little bit. So maybe that's the fairies telling you to do that a little bit more often. Ogre. Usually I take this as a karmic energy, so it could be that, or it could be maybe you see yourself as one, you know, just having a little bit of body dysmorphia, or just you're in like a rut, so you tend to lower your self-worth, you know, sometimes when things are just against you. And then Divine Feminine, you could be a Divine Feminine. You could also be a male in their Divine Feminine channel, I guess you could say. I mean, take it as it resonates. It could be just Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine, like you could switch it per gender. I always have known a balance needs to be asserted, especially with the male species. That's the reason why there's this gender wars, because we're not able to balance the feminine and the masculine. And because of just the way constructs are in the world, we're not privy to the fact that if we tapped into the masculine parts of ourselves, action, doing, just moving forward, and also piecing it with our Divine Feminine, which is your intuition and emotions, we'd probably be able to not only understand each other a lot better, but we'd also be able to just run through life a lot better, because we're able to navigate both and keep our emotions in balance. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull a fairy oracle. We have Dark Moon, Maturation, Growing Up, Introspection, and Knowing Thyself at the bottom. Just gonna pull off the top. So we have Little Boy Blue, Dreams Come True, Return of the Soul, in reverse, however. It's interesting, it falls on your smile. We have the Marilyn guidance, mentorship, teacher of the old ways in reverse. So this could be a blockage if this is you, this ogre, or it could just be a blockage from someone else. Maybe you're taking too much guidance from someone else rather than seeing yourself as a teacher. And lastly, we have all reversals: a present and offer, nurturance, growth, and potential. A gift in reverse. So a lot of blockages here. You could be going through, like I said, a little bit of a phase where you're just having a lot of moments where you're feeling a bit knocked down. I mean, coming from someone who's been knocked down too many times, it never stays that way. So hang in there if that's you. Okay, I'm gonna pull some tarot. I'm just gonna give it a quick shuffle because I just was playing with these before I started filming. While I'm doing that, eventually I want to do a quick video on magic and the key rules of it. For those who dabble in magic, I'm sure you guys know that there are two sides to this journey. You could take the light side or the dark side, and with both comes, you know, any sort of give and take, because that's just how it goes. Whenever you're doing magic, you're offering something up in return for something, and sometimes some things are impossible. I think of it like Twisted Metal, where Calypso has a lot of people ask for things that are either outrageous or not specific enough, and he turns the tables on them. That's pretty much how magic is. If you're not specific, or the intention isn't right, or maybe you're asking for a little bit too much, you're not giving enough of an offering, there is a situation where that thing can go wrong. So eventually I'll put that out, expect that. But for now, speaking of give and take, Six of Pentacles in reverse. And with the dreams come true, return of the soul, it seems like there's a blockage on you seeing your dreams. Maybe you're not smiling enough. Maybe you're overindulging, causing you to be in a state of gluttony, because that's what the Six of Pentacles is. It's a lack of give and take. It's more of take. So maybe that is what's going on here. You could also be experiencing this from others around you, or maybe even a job that's maybe taking a little bit too much of your time. But it looks like on the other side is a victory, which is beautiful. I wonder what that is. What led you to this victory? Did I see it? Oh, I did. I thought so. The High Priestess. I'm gonna actually look this up because it's been a while since I've even pulled this card too. So the High Priestess is someone that's very intuitive. Like I said, intuition, serenity, divine goddess. So this is like a divine feminine would be your Empress. Let's see. But in the reversal, it's reconnect, neglect, and secrets. So that's awesome. It looks like maybe you had to reconnect with self in order to balance things out. Maybe there was a overindulgence in negative thoughts or just intrusive thoughts, and you absorbing that and honing in on those thoughts, thus keeping yourself at a low vibration. And maybe there was a understanding of the imbalance, like I was talking about. It says here, imbalance in the masculine and feminine essence of your soul is causing you to second guess yourself and your decisions, and that is where I think where you were. You had to go down into introspection in order to understand that is where the victory lies, is with balance. Not just saying, not just thinking, not just planning, but also doing as well. So that's beautiful. Let's see if you can add just a little bit more context. Take time to be still with yourself. So maybe you took some time to be still and be in tune with your innate wisdom. See, that's what I was talking about having your own voice and your own thoughts, creating a sense of self, because you know you're able to pull your thoughts and separate them from others to make your own decisions. But it's always good to have external sources where you can find those answers, especially if it's within a circle of people who you trust. But it's also there's a balance to it. You have to listen to yourself in order to make the ultimate decision. You can't listen to everybody else and move life through that way, because that's how you live the life. You live life through others rather than living life through your vision. All right, so it's looking like you actually got past that and you're smiling more, or that is on the horizon if you are still in this space of doubt in your dreams. So Marilyn, King of Pentacles, this is a boss, a man who, or a feminine who knows what they're doing, knows where they're going, and is, you know, deeply in their masculine. That's why it's held by a man or the king. This is someone who is very much an entrepreneur. They have a vision and they're moving forward with it. So it looks like you're definitely in the right spot for that. But what went wrong here? What was that sense of an ogre, or that blockage in mentorship? The Hanged Woman, interesting. So this has a lot to do with perspectives, sacrifice, patience, and suspension. So it looks like maybe you've experienced some delays or indecisions that might have skewed your feeling of being the leader or the mentor in your life. Going back to that, letting people in your life because you know you don't have a balance. Feeling stuck and feeling stuck with nowhere to go is temporary. Constant activities keep the ego busy, but by practicing patience, you are allowing others to unfold for you, opportunities to unfold for you. Give yourself permission to receive. So even though you're in this King of Pentacles, you could be having a feeling of lack. Thus, it's blocking your perception to receive, or your receivers are blocked, is what I'm getting. And all abundance is connected with what you attract, if that makes sense. So for example, love is the highest frequency. If I'm in a frequency of love all the time, eventually I'm going to attract love. It's like that. And if you're in the frequency of money, which is really, really tricky, because it's like if you want money to gravitate towards you, you have to go kind of like in a detour. You don't want to focus on the money. You want to focus on the things that make the money, the things that make you happy, because the money will always come. That's kind of how it's connected. So maybe it's just patience and sacrificing that you've learned in order to obtain knowledge, or the sense of you being your own teacher, almost. I hope that made sense. I don't think that did, but I'm gonna pull another card for clarity anyway. Oh, I'll take the one off the top because I saw that first, which is the King of Cups. It's all about cerebralness, equilibrium, and just having like intuitiveness. It's like the male version of the Queen of Cups. Yes, mindfulness is the better word for it. A humanitarian. The King of Cups is a reflection of you or a man in your life. He reminds you to incorporate compassion, whatever the circumstances may be. So yeah, see, that's why I feel like this ogre thing is more so you're feeling like the ogre, and it's almost like you forgot that you were the King of Cups, that you were able to carry out emotion with intention, altitude, and wit. clearly scoring high on the emotional intelligence scale. So you have emotional intelligence, and that emotional intelligence leads a lot of people to guide others through wisdom, of course. So that's where your blockage lied, and I think you need to suspend yourself, give yourself patience, and allow that epiphany to come in, that you are your own teacher and you have the tools to do it. Not only do you have the tools of emotional intelligence, but you have entrepreneurship as well. Lastly, the gift. And this is what I think this might be, is you tapping into your divine feminine, or not seeing your divine feminine side as a gift, or just your feminine side, like we were talking about with masculine and feminine being a balance. And the devil is the first card that we pull, which is usually fears, sensations, doubts, addictions. So maybe there is, like I said, you're addicted almost, or you're just in a sense, a state of fear about who you become, which has caused a bit of a what is that, a descension. So you're descending. But it looks like, interesting, I think I'm gonna pull one more card. I do have the forgive and forget, which is the Three of Swords in reverse. So like there is like an like I feel like you forgave yourself for not seeing the gift of the divine feminine. It could also be like, say you're a male watching this and you didn't see the gift in your divine feminine that was in your life at the time. It could also be that through doubts and fears you descended, and it took time for you to forgive yourself in order to see that person for who they really were. Interesting. This dissension caused an imbalance is what I'm getting here, which I don't know. I'm gonna see maybe if there's a better outcome to this. But I'm also gonna look into, before that, why the dissension led to imbalance. Yeah, see, that's what I'm getting. It's lovers. So maybe it was you didn't see the potential in a love situation. Well, let's see. The World and the Four of Cups. Interesting. The World has a lot to do with like the World Wide Web, which I never pulled this card that much. Completion, unity, achievement. So maybe there's an achievement, but I have the Four of Cups, which doesn't, I don't remember that being too good in the, yeah. Achievement and self-absorption, loss of opportunities. So maybe, I think there was an achievement in understanding the lost opportunity there was in this connection. They always say it's better to have love than to have never loved at all. It's better to have love and loss than to have never loved at all. And I think that maybe that's where your introspection led you to. Whether you're a man or a woman, this could be either or, but that's what I'm getting here. It's like your self-doubt caused you to not only miss out on opportunities in other areas like growth and in career, but also in love. And if this is you, I'm so sorry. Luckily, all of us we have the opportunity to find love again. We're all given multiple soulmates, twin flames, connections for us to dabble in. It's all about if that other person is ready or if we're ready. And sometimes we're just not ready and it hurts. But the best thing that you can do for yourself is to take the lessons from that, is to situation so you don't do that again, or so you don't miss out on those opportunities again. You could also reach out to this person, if this is a person, or if this is self-love and this is just you, losing yourself through self-love, then I suggest you take some time to yourself, doing things that you used to do as a kid to connect with your inner child, and then move from there. But if this is a relationship, if you've done a lot of introspection here and you know where you stand, and you know that either it wasn't so bad or that you know the door is open to have a conversation, at least I would suggest you do so. The best thing that you can do is clear the air. That's if that person, allows you to, but like even just making the step of, putting yourself out there is big for especially those in their divine feminine. I'm just gonna do a couple cards here, maybe some advice on what you can do. Seven of Wands. Interesting. Give me 1 second to interpret this. The Seven of Wands. I'll get that really quick. Yeah, I thought so. Tutorial, loss, power, overwhelm. So maybe there's a power struggle here. Maybe you're I think what it is you're overwhelmed. I'm gonna stick with that. The Seven of Wands means 3 different things in the upright: attack, challenge, and standing ground. In the reversal position, it means territorial, loss of power, or overwhelm. And with all of that's going on, I just think that you're overwhelmed, and you just need to take a step back and do some introspection. See where you stand. See what you can do for now. The best thing you can do is just kind of break things up. What's important to you, what you feel like you can take care of now, and what steps you can do for the time being. But don't overdo it. Try not to overindulge in trying to fix everything. You are overindulged enough in beating yourself up, making yourself feel like you aren't good enough, or self-sabotaging this relationship, if this is a relationship with self or even with another person. And it doesn't even have to be romantic. It can also be just in relationships and family, or in really, really close connections in platonic relationships. Ace of Swords, which is usually a breakthrough. There's obviously a breakthrough through this taking time to yourself. And Five of Wands is competition, which I don't think diversity, rivalry. So maybe there was, through this breakthrough, you realized that there was some sort of competition or rivalry in self, or in this relationship. Like there could have been a third party or something like that. Realizing that, though, it looks like you landed in the Nine of Wands, which has a lot to do with wisdom, the final stress, and perseverance, which is beautiful to wrap this up with. Basically, do the introspection. That's the best thing that you can do. Break things down, understand where you went wrong, or where others went wrong, or what you learned from this, and come out wiser. And then don't do it again, because this is all of our lessons are basically like karmic lessons. They're lessons put in front of us to learn from that and not do it again. Or else, if you do see that lesson come up again, that means you didn't learn the lesson. And it's in that moment you should stop and say, what am I doing here? Because that's all we're here to be put on earth, is to learn from ourselves, from each other, from just the bad, the good. Like everything is a lesson, And that's not to say that things are just gonna be peachy after you learn that lesson. Like things are gonna go wrong, That's just how life is. But it makes things easier when you know yourself, and when you know what you want, what you'll put up with, and where you're going, So I hope that this resonated with you. If it did, go ahead and give me a like. And yeah, see you next time.